And we are live. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world you are. It's our monthly go live on global digital business where your opportunity starts here. Okay, so fast. I think in our previous go live, we started to count down to 2026. We celebrated New Year. We did year end go live. We did New Year go live. And then it's the Chinese New Year, Lunar Chinese New Year, and so much of series of celebrations. And so fast, we are already into the third month of 2026. Time really flies. Okay. And because time flies, I think it's especially when we are working, when we step into, I don't remember when I was in my teenager or during my study days, I don't find time fly so fast, even though at that point of time, most of the time I was playing. But when we step into the corporate world, right, you just don't have that time for yourself. From your 9 to 5, you start to work. After that, when you have children, you come back. Maybe Wei Yi later she will share. She's still single, so she's not into motherhood yet. So she maybe have slightly more plentiful time than compared to those who are parent, right? So um, where we actually have very little time for ourselves each day, right? Every day we go back, cook, sleep, and then rest. And the routine just keep continuing. Looking forward to weekend. So why we decided to start our digital business on a side, as a side, right? Starting from my sharing, I am from Singapore. I'm Janice. If it's the first time you see our go live, right? Maybe you can look into our business page to deep dive into what we do, what we share. Okay. So I have been working in the oil and gas industry, and this industry takes up my 24/7. It's no rest because it's how the nature of this business, not the business, nature of the work. Okay. Just like this morning, 10 to go. At the age of 40 plus, coming to a lot, it's like how how they spend their lifetime in a job, but yet they don't feel appreciated end of the day, just because economy change, just because companies want to save costs, restructure, and they normally put their situation at first as priority, right? And I see that I am scared because from my situation, my husband isn't working. So to me, it's the sole income. I'm the sole income for the I cannot afford to be like my husband. So am I still here? You all can still hear me, right? Okay. Okay. So upon starting this digital business, I actually um resigned. I resigned from where I was in fear and started a new fear. Started a fear where this business didn't. I wasn't sure whether I will find success or not, right? But that mindset was okay. This is it. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna try this venture. So I actually resigned. I took a lower pay cut. I took a pay cut and I started with another corporate. Okay, so how I run this digital business was that it actually doesn't take up much of my time, maybe in a day 1 2 hours, and because I choose to take a pay cut. I took back some of my time for myself, right? So in the past, even in the evening, right, I'm always on my work laptop. Okay, so well, today, because of this opportunity, it gave me the option to pace down, and I have my nighttime back. And usually I will spend like 1 2 hours in the evening on my sofa in front of my TV. And it's like I can do it along as I am partially relaxing. Okay, so I'm not really that stressed out with how I need to handle this digital business, because I don't have to go out to meet client or meet potential leads, or to persuade anybody, because it's the time when I saw this business, right, I wasn't even being persuaded. It was how I wanted my future to change, how I wanted to change myself for the next 5 to 10 years. That's why I stepped into this business after reviewing how it works, how I run it, and what are the milestones in this business that can help me retire early. Okay, so that's my sharing for today, and I'll let Xue Ping also share hers.
Hi everyone, I'm Shipping. I'm also from Singapore, working mom of one. So I think I have shared previously, I was a chemist, so I do not have the luxury to work from home. So I have to be in the lab, for all the time, So I don't know why it's called, work from home even during COVID time. So what does that mean is that, if I want to earn a living, right, I have to be always be present at the work, and then, as my job is, I think is a pretty physical demanding because as a chemist you have to do lab, experiment. So as I age, right now, it's already like I'm in my mid 40s, So like I always joke around like hand also shaky, eyes also cannot see. Whether accurate or not is another thing. So I actually wanted to start planning for my retirement because I know that as I age I cannot continue till 65 in this career. So people might think, hey, are you crazy, because your job will not be replaced, because definitely doing experiment you need human needs to be there to work on it. So but then it's as you age, like even till now, even sometimes when I go to work, when I came back, right, I will get physically tired, because as you age your body isn't as as the engine is a bit not so functional already so a big breakdown, I always get tired. So it's really like not about like working into 65 and retire. So I got to find a sideline, and how to, when people say you sell so busy already, still look for another sideline to do it, right? So uh, what actually makes me do that is because it's really like finding solution. If you want to retire early or you want a better planning, right, you have to do something. So I actually started this. Initially I thought it would be very difficult to actually manage, but instead I do find more time than I have previously. Maybe initially when starting up the system, learning a bit of the tech, and then a bit of the background of the business, and then after that, right, we do not really take up much time, take up much of our time, maybe 1 to 2 hours. And then the 1 to 2 hours, right, it doesn't mean that you have to sit in front of the computer and then start working. It actually, when my day to day I commute to work, or in between, when in the past when I send my daughter for classes, while waiting for her, I can actually run this. So this is really I would say a very much manageable, and then it really fits how to say, if you want to build something on the side and you are someone who are busy, this is, I think this is a really a perfect fit for you. Previously I was a part-time tutor, and then tutor is also another thing where you have to be on site, so if you, the moment you stop working, right, then your income will not come in. But then for this business, right, it actually runs in the background because we actually leverage on the system back end. And then even like previously when I started, there was no like nothing much about AI. So basically, some of the things that we still have to do manually, like creating content and stuff like that. But now, I think recent years, since I think last year or 2 years back, right, AI start popping up, and then we actually leverage. We're taught to leverage on all this, so now running this business is like a much more easier, yeah. So that's how actually I run my business day to day. Maybe I will let Josephine, who is a mom of four, super duper busy, and let her share how actually this business actually didn't take up much of her time, and then actually help her more. Josephine, to you.
Thank you, Sheping. Hi, everyone. I'm Josephine here, staying in Singapore as well, and a working mom of four kids. So for myself, right, if you know me and hear my sharing before, I'm actually a payroll in my corporate work. I mean my corporate job. Yeah, so I'm doing payroll, and for many of you, if you know payroll, is a role that is a demanding role that with tight timelines, deadlines, and always rushing of reports. Yeah, so for my role, even the contract says 9 to 6, but then we often have to to prepare to work late, and also to be how should I put it, in a standby mode. Sometimes because we have people working around the world with different time zone, and many times we need to work beyond our working hours. Yeah, and during the past 6 months where my job is taking more of my time now, yeah, because due to company restructurings and things like that. Yeah, but thankfully that I'm still able to hold that rice bowl for now. Yeah, so before COVID, during COVID time, my role was being made redundant, and I was also doing payroll. So at the point of time, I know that whatever you do, whatever important role you are working for the company, it's not necessarily a golden rice bowl anymore. And what I feel that it's time to have a second source of income. It's not it depends on how you want this to come into your daily life. It can be like what Shopping has shared for retirement, or it can be for emergency time. And the cost, the living cost in Singapore is rising, and being a mom with four kids, expenses increase as well. Yeah, so there are many times we need to put the emergency funds in hand, but having the day to the month to month paycheck definitely is not going to save any, no, not going to have any savings in the long run, whereby all the monthly expenses is just enough for the monthly use. Yeah, so for me, right, I usually work after the kids has slept, because in Singapore the kids actually sleep early for the next day. Yeah, and after they have sleep, do I will have about 1 to 2 hours a day. Yeah, so that's the time whereby I will sit down and to slow myself down to work on my digital business. So many people say that you're already busy, and if you don't like the job, maybe you can just find for a next one. Yeah, but then if you look at this point whereby you look for another job, you still need to start everything fresh. You need to learn the new policies, the new structures, and you have to adapt the new cycle as well, a new work life cycle. So rather than putting all this time into a new venture or a new work life, why not spend 1 to 2 hours a day to learn something that you can have a personal growth. You can keep it for yourself, and you can work for yourself. Yeah, rather than you change a new job and you have to start everything again. But doing a digital business, right, you learn all this knowledge is actually for yourself, and it's a lifelong learning sessions. Yeah, so this is why I also started a digital business. Yeah, so that's what I have to share today. So maybe I pass to Miyako for you to share about yours.
Yeah, thank you,
Will be
Josephine. Hi, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you. My name is Miyako from Germany. Originally, I came from Tokyo, Japan. And I have a German husband and three boys. They are all grown, but 20 years ago, I was really exhausted to raise the kids, doing a housework, and working at a travel agency. And since I had three boys, I had a chance to work online for the Japanese travel agency at home. So it was so great, but always I had to sit in front of the computer from early in the morning until late at night. And of course, I could be with my kids, but I was always thinking about my job, about my clients, about the travels. So I had not enough time to talk with kids or to play with kids in those days, and always illustrated and exhausted. And always I was thinking, want to change my life. I want to get out of these very busy days or the way of work at home. And I really wanted to have more time with my kids, but I didn't know why, how, and how could I do with my three kids. And I could maybe I might have look for a new job, but the I had three kids. It was not easy, and around my house there is not so many Japanese companies, so there's a few chance, and also German companies to work. I needed to visit a German vocational school, especially for 3 years. So it was too much. So that's why I kept my very busy days with the travel agency work. And then pandemic has happened, and it damaged my mental as well, because I worked so hard but everything stopped, and I didn't know, oh, what can I do, and what I can how can I change my life. And I was already in middle of 50s. So I was really noticed that, oh, I'm not young anymore. And then I was thinking and thinking, but I couldn't find any answer what I could do to get out of the very busy days, or get after the very hard time from the pandemic, and thinking about my age. And then I knew about the online business, and at the beginning, I've heard that a webinar is all English. So I thought, oh, I haven't used English for many years. So I was really skeptical, but no, not skeptical. I was really and not sure if I could understand the English. But since I watched the webinar in English, I was really convinced that is my future, because all the business owners from all over the world have a problem, and but they could change their lives, and everyone looks so happy, and there's so many way to learn how to work online and smart. So I decided to work on online business. Especially I need a time freedom, because my parents in those days were really old, and I really need to be free when my parents need me. I really wanted to back to Japan whenever they want. So that was very important for me, to be free for my old parents in Japan. And it worked very good. Okay, my dad was died, but there's still my mom is living in Japan. She is 92 years old, and now I could quit my travel agency job, and now I worked as an interpreter and guide as a freelance and as I want in Japan and also in Germany. And besides the job, my online business is running. So I was so happy that I can have time freedom, and also enough income, and a great community, great business partners. Like here, I feel that Singapore is my, my bucket list to visit, to see my great business partners. So such kind of relations, it was also great benefits from this online business. So I'm very happy to have all. Thank you very much. So I pass to Wei Ye. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Miyako. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Wei Yi. I'm originally from Malaysia. So currently I'm working in Singapore. I work as a full-time professional in the finance industry. So my job is more dealing because the financial industry is a more regulated business. So a lot of regulation. So my job is actually to deal with the regulation and to help my company to make sure what we do is comply with the rules. So in a sense, I mean the role is also a little bit stressful. And because if I advise wrongly the company, then we may breach the rules, then we may get fined, everything's yeah. So and you know now the financial also all the regulation will keep changing, things changing. So they have to keep up to date to all this development and also think of ways how we can ensure our company comply and not breach any rules. Yeah, so it is also kind of a stressful. So how do I get into this business? I think I although among all the ladies here, I'm a single, so it seems I have more time, so I can enjoy my life more. But I mean, beside that time, I think for me it's more on whether I have the freedom of choice. Yeah, so I realized, as I say, I'm from Malaysia, so but I'm working in Singapore, so all my family members are back in Malaysia. So I think it's similar to Miyako. I think you say your parents are back in Japan, so we have to visit them. So for me, it's also I will visit my family. I mean, a few times in although Malaysia and Singapore is very near, yeah. But it's still like because I'm working, right? And especially before pandemic, we don't have this so-called work from home concept. Yeah, so we have to go to office every day, right? So if I have to go back, I have to take leave. Yeah, so I think there's also during the pandemic that because of the lockdown, so I cannot went back home to visit my parents, right? Yeah. So I think this also caused me to think of um, how can I create a life that I can make a choice, especially as I think of if my parents that something happened that I need to be back home to take care of them, then what happened to my job? Yeah, because I mean for my job, I think there's a bit of I mean the specialty is more relevant to here in Singapore. So if I go back, what can I do? So I this also caused me to think, yeah, what can I do if I have to go back Malaysia? That means I have to start all over again. Um, then how can I get a job? What kind of job I can get? Yeah. So that's also caused me to think I want to have more the security that I have a choice to make. Yeah. So if I go back, that can I still continue to have this income to support me, and to have the choice to I mean the choice to make. Yeah. So then I come upon this business. So this business, I think one thing good is this business is portable. Like I said, because it's online business, so it's not restricted to a geography area or the country, right? So I need not be to be in Singapore. So even I'm back in Malaysia, if I need to go back Malaysia to take care of my parents, this business is I can bring along this business with me. Yeah. So this business is portable and it's also is also giving this the freedom to make a choice. Yeah. So I can have made a choice that um if let's say I have to quit my full-time job to run this business full-time, and this business is I can run it on my own, I can do it anytime, and does not need to be present in the office. Yeah, so it's not restricted to a place. Yeah, so that's what I like to have this business start. Even though I'm still continue working, I mean I'm thankful that my parents they are all still can still be independent. I mean, I do not need to go back, but I still like also seeing the time as they age. I also hope that I can spend more time with them. So now I also try to go back more often and also to bring them to travel holiday more. Yeah. Previously, I mean, I think of like I have to save money, save enough for my retirement. Then after that, I can enjoy my life or have my parents to enjoy their life, which I find that time had passed. And yeah, so as I see them age, I mean, now they are in their late 70, or maybe a few more years, they may not be able to mobile. I mean, not able to walk that much and cannot go far. Yeah, so I think I will treasure this time that I can have more time to bring them to see other part of the world. Yeah. So I think this business also, in a sense, that give me the security that I know that I have this plan that have already installed. That if anything happen, I still have this backup plan for me to give me the source of income that I can still run the business to support my life. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all. I mean, for me, so I'm thankful that I have this business to run alongside with my current this full time job. So I'm so look forward that the time if I can retire. Yeah, really. Yes. So I pass back to you, Janice.
Thank you, Wei. Thank you everyone for your sharing. Okay, so I see people may ask or people may have that thought that I want to have the time freedom. I want to start something. I want to have financial stability. I'm no longer in a job with security. I need to look for something. Okay, so it's very common, and I think in today's world, a lot of people are looking for opportunity. Okay, main thing, we would encourage you to ask that is beneficial to you is what are you looking for? There might be people who don't mind going out to talk to potential leads. They don't. There are people who don't mind sacrificing their weekends away from their family to earn extra. Okay, I've been there. I've done that. I've done GrabFood. I've done Lalamu. All these are taking away my time. Although yes, it does give me the extra income in a very small pace, I would say, because the return is very small. Of course, the company who set up GrabFood and Lalamu, they will commission it first and give you that little bit of uh benefit, right, for the time that you spend to complete and help them with their service. Okay, so realistically, to start a business, I would say it's free. Okay, nothing is free. If it's free, we encourage you not to trust. Okay, because legit business is just like a traditional business concept. You need you need a startup. You need to build something in return to have something. Okay, uh, but the important thing we want to share to you is what are you looking for in return to have um, time freedom, in return to have additional income. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to spend time that can provide you with these extras? Okay, these are the consideration that you should look into when you are exploring another opportunity. Probably not ours, probably something else, but I think it's critical that you are very clear of your purpose. I think I think that's a very basic fundamental that everyone who are looking for opportunity should think about it. Okay, so yeah, that's it for our this month's monthly go live, where opportunity starts here. If you are considering, if you are also keen to learn more, please feel free to comment on the comment button at the column at the bottom, and we will reach out to you. Okay. If not, you can go into our bio, click into our webpage, and start signing up for yourself. Okay, we have the step-by-step guide that guides you. You need to ask questions, and we encourage you to ask questions, ask relevant questions, because our time is precious. Okay, so that's it for this month, and then we'll probably see you end of March for another go live. And yeah, time flies. I know time flies because it is just another few weeks. It's going to be our go live. Okay, so we'll see you around. Have a great Sunday, and then we'll catch up. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.